If you haven't, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more entertainment news. Okay, so I just wanted to go live just a second to talk about the number one trending movie in the country, probably in the world, Craig. It's Squid Games on Netflix. It is a, I want to say, I don't know if it's Japanese, Korean, Vietnamese. I know it's an Asian based movie, an Asian directed movie. Um, and it's lit, y'all. It's lit. Like, doesn't take you that long to start getting into it. It's instant. Like you get into the main character when it first comes on. You see that he's the type of person. He's good at heart. Hey Austin, he's good at heart, but he's kind of sketchy in the sense of spoiler alert. He's sketchy because you first introduced to the character and you see that he gets his mom's credit card. He's living with his mama. He don't got much money. You know what I'm saying? And he gets her credit card. He hacks into her account to get some money to go gamble. So this is his way. He's going into this game thinking that he's just selected for a game or whatever. So come to find out that he's playing a game amongst a whole bunch of other people, like 500 other people or 400 other people or whatever the number is. It's a whole bunch of people playing for what they think is a lot of prize money. But the kicker is in the game, if you get eliminated from the game, you die. So immediately you know this is going to be an action packed movie or series because it is a series, and I'm hoping from the end, the way they ended the series, that it will be a season two. And it's just a series, it's 6 games that everybody has to play. Of course, when it's to the 6th game, the guy that opens up the movie, the main character, makes it to that point. But it's gore, it's blood, it's people are crossing each other in the game. The guy sees someone that he grew up with. Um, Unbeknownst to him, the main character, he didn't know that the guy that he grew up with was in debt because his mom has been just bragging on him, thinking that he is this big financial businessman and all of this stuff. Come to find out, he's in debt. Everybody there is in debt. And it's like a fight for your life. But the thing about it is, the rule of the game is if everybody unanimously says they don't want to participate, they don't have to participate. So, in the beginning of the game, after the first game that they play, everybody they put it to a vote, and it's not unanimous because if it's unanimous, then that means it's like majority wins, majority rules. So if majority votes, they don't want to participate, then they don't participate, and that's what they did. Majority voted, and people got back out into the streets after surviving the first game, only to say like, "Why the hell did I come back and I'm broke? Like I don't want to be a part of this." So they go back to the game to fight for all of this money, millions of dollars, I'm thinking, because they say billion, but I know that the money is different. So y'all have to educate me on that. I have to Google it or something and see if it's 45 million in, I guess, Asian dollars. How much would that translate in American dollars? Is it the same? Is it different? I'm sure it's a difference. But anywho, so they win a whole bunch of money. So people are risking killing other folks, potentially even dying themselves to win all this money. And it shows you people's character. It shows you how people would rather take a chance with their life than to be poor, than to be in debt, It's like an Asian version of Hunger Games a little bit because it's fight to the death. It's good. It's like game after game after game. You start getting attached to people. People start breaking off like human nature. People are gonna go against each other, and it's good. You start getting invested into these characters. One thing that I thought that turned me off in the beginning, or almost prevented me from watching, is the fact that it's an Asian film, but you have American voices talking over because obviously they're speaking in another language. And I thought that was going to throw me off. Anybody that has an issue, like you're watching an Asian movie, but it's speaking in a like white American voice, if that bothers you, it won't bother you with this because it's so action packed. It's so much going on, and the actors do such a good job that it doesn't throw you off. You know, sometimes a situation like that will throw you off because the facial expressions aren't right, but everything is on point. I didn't even mind the white American voices with the Asian faces because it's good. You don't know what's gonna happen next. You know that it's gonna be betrayal. If you like gore, if you like betrayal, if you like suspense, you're gonna love this because it gives it all to you. I sat up here, I said, I'm not gonna watch it. I'm not gonna watch it. Then I kept seeing it go up from like number 4 to number 3 to number 2. I'm like, damn, this must be it right here. So I tried it out and I am not disappointed. Like, I'm so happy. I sat up there and I watched the whole season 1 basically in just one setting. Actually, I watched probably up until I think it might be like 9 episodes. I watched 7 6 7 episodes, went to sleep at like 7 o'clock in the morning, had to be at work at like 1, got off work at like 11, cut it right back on to where I left off to finish the season, and I am not mad that I did it. I recommend it. I'm ready for season 2. And it's like, how can it be a season 2 if it was only one winner? Well, spoiler alert, the guy ultimately wins the game, wins the money, but only to come home to his mom has died because she was sick because she was working her ass off. Like, his mama was doing everything, giving him money for his kid and everything. So he wins all of this money only to come home. Mom is gone, has nothing. So it's like it's a really a lot of little lessons in it. Like, money isn't everything. Family is important. Integrity is important. Another thing, another spoiler, is the fact that it's an old Asian man that played the game with him. Come to find out at the end of season 1, you find out that this old Asian man that you thought had died, had been shot in the head, was actually a part of it. Like, he's the one that lured everyone there and just wanted to play a game because he's so rich and he has so much money that he's bored and he wants to feel like a normal person. So you find out that he never died until the end. And another thing that it shows, and I totally think this is happening all around the world, it's like it gives you a hostile feel, like the hostile movies, because you have these billionaires, these millionaires, these billionaires, gazillionaires paying to see people fight to the death. Like, these people have so much money that they get bored with themselves. They're super freaky. They have on these masks. They're called the VIP. The VIP is freaky, want to see somebody kill each other. Like, all they slobs, eating, just all kind of, you seen every sin in the room with the VIP. But it's good. Um, right when you think you know what's gonna happen, right when you start getting connected to somebody, they get knocked off. Like it action packed, and you can never go wrong with Asian cinema, because one thing about the Asian culture is you're gonna see a lot of blood and gore and action. And another thing about like the Asian culture and cinema, they get right to it. They don't have a lot of movies that slow burns and you just gotta sit up there and kind of let it set up. The only time that you really see the setup in Asian films or cinema, any kind of media, is probably in those deeper anime shows or whatever, and it might have to set up. But you know that you're gonna get you some good action and get right to it when you put on an Asian movie, Asian series, or whatever. And they always have lessons in them, like little gems in them, and you always it's just good, all around good. Oh, it's my bedtime. I got my bedtime set, and I can tell that it's my bedtime because I'm getting a little puffy. I get a little puffy before I get sleepy. But that shit right there, y'all go check that out, cause it was so good that it inspired me to come on here and go live and talk about it. Like, I'm promoting it and I ain't making a dollar from it. I'm paying to watch it. But it's so good. It it was surprisingly good to me, and it caught me by, well, surprisingly good. It would catch you by surprise, wouldn't it? But I liked it. I'm trying to see what's the next show that I'm gonna watch. I'm waiting for you to come out because I'm a fan of the Psycho. I'm real excited for Halloween to come out. I might have to go to the movies to see that because I'm a super duper horror fan and I love me some Halloween, Jason, Freddy Krueger, all of that stuff. So I might have to go to the movies to see that because this might be the last one. Look, Jamie Lee Curtis, like, hey, Jamie Lee Curtis has been making money off of Halloween ever since the freaking 70s. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I am trying to get in me a film where I can start filming now, and still when I become a grandmother, I can still be making movies off of that and making money. I'm not mad at you, Jamie. I'm not mad at you at all, and it looks really good. So I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to you. Um, watch Squid Games or Game or whatever the name of it is, because it is. I give it a 2 thumbs up. I need to go back and rate it. I want to finish off the. What am I watching? What is the show? What is the show? The Circle. Now, The Circle is not just, oh my gosh, this is such a good show. You know what I'm saying? It's a good, like, pastime type of show that you just watch. Maybe you're doing your hair or you're doing something else and you put on The Circle. But I'm definitely into it. I don't know if you guys have watched, but they had kind of like a little race war in The Circle this season, and I was rooting for Calvin and rooting for Kay and rooting for Daniel. And even though Daniel is a white guy, he still was with Roxana and Kay and like the minorities. He still was with them in the game, and I hated to see him go. Super duper mad at James. Spoiler alert. Super duper mad at James for getting rid of Daniel. Like, James is all over the place. And I just don't understand. Like, me and my boyfriend was watching, and he was so mad at James. Like, The Circle is a show that I got him into. And he was so mad at James for getting rid of Daniel because it's like, bruh, like you the op. You know what I'm saying? You come into the house, and especially if you're a black person, you see on these game shows, like it was just yesterday that black people started getting a chance to like get on these games and stay on the game or live all the way through the horror film or whatever. So when you see a black person on a game show or a reality show, of course I'm a root for them. But James, they, they can have you. Give me Daniel. Daniel, you're invited to the cookout, boo. Like, you need to come over. We trade Daniel for James because James is the op, and I don't appreciate him coming into the house and messing up everything that Kay and Roxana and Calvin, all of them had set up a nice little situation that was going on. James came in and messed everything up and basically helped out the band, which is like AKA white supremacy, because it was like they had the black people on one side, the minorities on one side, then they got the white people, like white people on the other side. And I'm like, oh my gosh, are they really doing this? And ain't nobody calling this out. Like, we see what you're doing. And James, you did up for everybody, bro. And I'm really mad at you. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? So I'm really looking forward to seeing what's gonna happen. I think that comes out Wednesday. See the rest of the circle and see who's gonna win. And that's about it, guys. Like, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I got more videos coming up. I gotta do a part 2 to the Bad Boy Curse video because that video has got really good reception on my channel, and I'm really intrigued on doing another video on that just because so much has happened since doing that Curse of Bad Boy video. So much stuff has happened with Black Rob dying and Shine being able to come over, and just P. Diddy really coming out saying that he support Lil Nas X, which to me was like allegedly like AKA I'm a gay man. You know what I'm saying? So I want to do a part 2 to that. So that's coming up. And I got a couple of other things in mind, a couple of artists, rap artists that I've been looking at that I really want to do a documentary on, like a short documentary on their life. Maybe something on the rap artists that have died, because it's been so many of them. And I got a couple of videos on my channel, like the King Von, just going over his discography. I got the video about is it the hip hop, or is it the hip hop industry, or is it a mob, because so many people has died. So I want to kind of piggyback off of that and do some more things on these hip hop artists, because the channel Mocha Monroe Media is really evolving. I say entertainment news, but it's really evolving into like hip hop media, just because hip hop has took over the world. Most of the time when we're talking about entertainment news, we're talking about something to do with hip hop. Like, it's the main thing. It's the most popular. So Mocha Monroe Media is really turning in my creative process into like a hip hop blog type of entertainment thing, because that's where I'm being led to creatively. So I'm gonna get to that and work on that. But it's a process, especially being a YouTuber, because you really have to be inspired to do stuff. You have to be. I do. Like, I know it's a lot of people out there just throw out stuff, but I just put out videos about anything. And I'm in the age bracket. It's like I'm not that young that I just put out anything, but I'm not that old that I don't get that I have to be consistent with my content. So I know I have to be consistent. I know I need to be putting out more videos by the week just to keep y'all engaged. But it's just really based on what I am inspired to do at the time and what I'm driven to do. Like, I'm really creative, and when I'm not feeling those like creative juices, it's hard for me to go in and get information about stuff and talk about it because it's like I'm not inspired to do it. You know what I'm saying? But I have been lately, so I have a lot more to come. You know, the channel ain't going anywhere. It's my baby. I won't stop at all until I see those million subscribers, and even after that, I'm still going and going and going. And I know it's coming and coming and coming. But I'm not gonna hold y'all because this turned into Squid Game Netflix review to going on a tangent, and I'm already at 21 minutes. So make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I appreciate everybody that subscribe. I appreciate every comment, everything. Like, I truly do. I appreciate it all. The channel is really growing. I see the growth in it. I got my monetization back, baby. Boom, boom. So I definitely got to get to it because I got to get this ad money, boo. Like, I'm ready to get sponsors, and I know it's coming. It's on me, and I'm working. I got kids. I'm maintaining a relationship. I'm about to move. Like, I'm doing a lot of stuff. But Mocha Monroe Media is definitely a priority, and I'll be giving y'all some videos real soon. If you made it to this far watching back on this live, make sure to subscribe. I love y'all for watching me and listening to me. I'll be back sooner than later. Love you guys. Bye. I don't know how to cut it off, but bye.